start streaming here. All right. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. This is our Adobe XD Weekly, and this is a place for you to ask questions, share feedback, anything related to XD design. I'm here to help you. Going live every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Today is right there, 11 a.m. Pacific time. My name is Demian Borba. I'm a strategic development manager working on XD since the very beginning. Really excited to have you here. I see Tom there. Hey Tom, good to see you here, man. And let me know where you're tuning in from. I see Jason again from Costa Rica. Hey Jason, great to see you here. As we warm up for this, let's just share your location, maybe what you do. Are you a designer? Are you a product manager? Are you a person doing marketing, development? Let me know what you do. All right, let's see the other chat here. Hey Misty, yeah, we're always happy to speak with you guys. Great comments here. Medor is a UX designer. All right, hello from Montreal. Awesome. I see people coming from all over the place. Yeah, nice to see you, Jason. Cool. Hey Tom, great job with your startup. I'm following. I'm cheering for you guys from here. That's amazing. All right, and again, we're here every Monday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, to answer your questions, capture feedback, talk about XD design in general, and feel free to ask questions here in the chat. We have Gabrielle in San Francisco also sending questions, so I'll try to make sure I answer all the questions. And if I don't answer right now, I'll go back in the chat and I'll answer after we finish here. All right. The goal today is to talk about using XD to deliver presentations, and we're gonna go some details of how to do that. But before we get there, again, keep telling me please where you're tuning in from. I'd love to see where you're from and have nice conversations here. Hey Jen, UX strategist from Tacoma. Nice. Very good. We just finished a set of, we call it the Daily Creative Challenge. So for a little over, I think, a week, we were daily presenting challenges and people were sending feedback. We have a Slack channel where you can share your feedback. So if you're interested, Gabriel can post the link there, behance.net Daily Creative Challenge. And this is a great opportunity for you guys to practice, like maybe build up your portfolio, have fun, play with XD. If you find opportunities to improve the tool, you can always share with us on Slack, on Twitter, and a great opportunity for you to influence how XD evolves. All right, I see more people joining. That's cool. All right. So let's get started. The first thing I'd like to share. First, let me go to my screen here, and I want to make sure you can see my screen. Let's go there, and I'll click here. Nice. All right. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is a couple things that happened. Like we had an amazing day last week where we partnered with IXDA to have a set of events all over the world to cover inclusive design, to talk about inclusive design, diversity, and it was amazing. It was more than 24 hours. We had live streams, we had people from different countries, different cities having panels, having discussions around inclusive design. It was simply amazing. We had a live stream, a couple people talking about that at Adobe in San Francisco. We had a meetup there when we had people talking about inclusive design and how powerful bringing different perspectives to your team, to your discussions can be. And not only that, but designing for people that maybe are with some challenges or need more help to consume content, and that's or participate. That was really really powerful, and we had a lot of amazing conversations all over the world. And we're working on a post to highlight everything that happened. We try to highlight everything that happened, but it was amazing. Like, we had amazing discussions all over the world, and it's fascinating to see how much people care about this, and we want to make sure people and design can help communicating ideas, communicating solutions, and design can really transform the world. And you can see a lot of design-led companies nowadays investing a lot on that, and it was fascinating. So again, amazing to see all that. All right, the next thing I'd like to show is, and mainly invite you if you can, our biggest conference, Adobe MAX, will take place in Los Angeles, October 15th to the 17th. It's very close. It's this month. We're already in October. I can't believe it's already October. And we're going to have a lot of product announcements, not only on XD. We're going to announce a lot of very cool and new features on XD, and also like a lot of different apps we'll be announcing. We have the teams for every product will be there. We will be able to have a conversation with the person behind the product, and that's an amazing opportunity. And if you can make it in person, we're gonna live stream the keynote here on max.adobe.com. It's coming up very soon. I'm delivering 3 labs, and I'm super excited with that on XD, and there's a lot of new features that we're gonna announce there, so the lab will have that. All right, the next thing is that I'd like to talk about is that we announced an integration in JIRA Cloud, and this is the link where you can see how this works. And again, for customers using JIRA Cloud, you just create a link in XD, then you get that link, and in the ticket you can add that link, and then it gives you a preview of that, and you can see not only a link for prototypes but also a link for design specs, and then you can really like centralize all that conversation within that JIRA ticket. So this is announced part of JIRA Cloud, and available if your company or your implementation there adds that the XD add-on for JIRA. So that's really really exciting as well. All right, the last thing that I'd like to talk about before I start talking about delivering presentations with XD, and maybe answer some questions here. If you have questions, please send via chat, and I'll be watching them here, and if I can, I will answer them. All right, I see more people joining. That's cool. All right, Portland. Oh, nice. All right, and the last thing I'd like to talk about is that starting this Wednesday, we're gonna get back to the contest that we run with UI Kit. So we are announcing a new UI Kit designed by Cody Brown. It's called Tractive UI Kit. It's a UI Kit that will help you design mobile apps or websites that have this health tracking component. Like if you're doing an exercising app or something that needs to track health and track progress on a program for, I don't know, like maybe going to the gym and trying to lose weight, that's a very good UI kit. And starting on Wednesday, we ask people to design anything with that, and we need the only requirement is that design has to have a contact list screen using XD. So you can go to XD, you can download that UI kit, you can download it very soon, and then we're gonna have the link here soon as well, and then you just download that UI kit. You go there, you design your idea, your contact list, or maybe you can do more with XD. Then you can create a link, and then you post that on Twitter or Behance using hashtags. And the best part is that we're gonna randomly select a winner, and the winner will get a brand new MacBook Pro 13 inches and 1 year of Creative Cloud, all apps. So you're gonna get all the apps of Creative Cloud If you see here, there are a lot: Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Premiere, XD, Premiere, After Effects, Dimension, Lightroom. There's a lot of good apps there, and you're gonna get all of them as part of this price. So again, if you want to start practicing, it's a great opportunity to go there for the first time, and then you download that UI kit, and then you can start designing. Perfect. All right, let me see if I have any questions regarding XD before I jump into the demo today. London, awesome. Oliver, cool. Yeah, I'm super excited to have you again. This is a great opportunity there for you to play with XD, build your portfolio, and fight for a chance to get a brand new computer in Creative Cloud All Apps. Awesome. All right, so that's the intro part of this weekly discussion. Again, this is a place for you to ask questions, share feedback, and have this direct connection with the XD team. So what I want to talk about now is the ability that you have with XD to deliver presentations. We know that today companies, when they present, they're presenting an idea of a prototype. Let's say you're designing a new mobile app for a customer. Then normally you build that presentation in PowerPoint or Keynote, and then you have that link to the prototype, maybe, or to the design, maybe using another tool. It could be XD, but then you have to, as you present that, as you go to the customer, as you or your team to present that, you have to go through some slides using one tool, then you have to switch to another tool to show the prototype, and then you have to go back to your slides. It's kind of a painful process full of friction. So one thing that XD can help you with is to deliver presentations. And I use XD, and a lot of people on the XD team, a lot of people at Adobe, and a lot of designers that I know are starting to use XD to deliver presentations. So what I did here, for example, this is a presentation that I delivered this past Saturday, 2 days ago, in Los Angeles as part of the USC event there covering UX. And I can hit Command Enter or click here on the play button to present from here. So this is the initial slide. You have some information there. If you want to play with the files that I use here, you can use this link, bit.ly/iterative design with XD. And this is a whole design thinking file that I have that has a lot of different artboards, empathy maps, persona cards, all in one file. And I used that during that event on Saturday, and it was pretty interesting. Then I can hit the arrow to go to the next slide, to the next slide, to the next slide, to the next slide. And as you can see, I can go back to it, and I can present from here. The other thing I could do is I can also present as a link, and this is the part that I like the most, because if I create a link for this, first of all, I would go to the prototype here, then I would say this is my initial artboard. Remember to click here on this area to define that as your home artboard. And this is great because I can present on the web using my browser, and I can share the link before I start so people can follow along, and they can give you comments. So let me create a new document here from scratch, and I'll show you what I do, like the process that I use here normally. So what I do here, I have an empty project. I start with creating an artboard, and because it's trying to follow the slide web preset here. So again, click there on the artboard tool on the left, and then pick a preset here. So there I have a slide. I'll create 3 slides, and now that I have 3 slides there, let's add some content. I'm not gonna create a lot of content because I'm trying to demo this to you guys, but let's say this is my slide number 1, and let me do something like that to be kind of a background. I'm just adding a rectangle here. I'll create, let's say I'll pick something like that, and I'll use a gradient, and maybe I'll do 20 for the rounded corners. I'll send this to the back. just adding some design to it. And this will be white, right, to be easier to view. Then I can select both elements here. I can align them like that. Then I can group them to align. Every time I have one element selected, in this case one group, and I'll align here, I align them to the artboard. Cool. Then I can copy this here, I can copy this here. So 2 and 3. So now I have 3 artboards as my presentation. And again, I can go here, select the first artboard, click on the play button to present, and then hit the arrows to go through my slides. This is good. I'll even remove the border here to make it nicer, so it's no border. Perfect. Cool. Now I have my slides. One little tip here is that if I play with the Y position of this guy, so I move this down a little bit, I don't have any wires here, and I test that again. So I have one at the Y value is 20. In this second artboard, the Y value is 89, and then it's back to 20 on the third one. If I play this now, Command Enter or play there on the desktop preview, if I hit the arrow, as you can see, it goes from the first artboard to the last one, because it's using that top left, top down, left to right system to help you go there. So here, as you can see, if I put it back there, I go through this, it's back again. So it's really important that if you want to use your arrows, that you use this mentality. Same here, if I move this here and I'm on 2, 3, you see, in this case it doesn't change, but if you have other elements that you would jump, so it's using the X and Y positions to give you. So the only trick, the arrows as you present. So and then here the nice part of presenting from XD is that I didn't add any connections here. I could say whenever I click here, I go to this artboard. I could, but I don't want to do that, at least for now. So there's no connections. I can then come here to that guy right there, and then publish prototype, and then let's say this is gonna be my presentation. Then I can create a private link that only people that I invite via email can see, or I can add a password to this link. So now I can click here to copy. I can go to my browser and paste that link. So now anyone that has access to this link, your audience, can see your slides. And if you present in full screen mode here, again, you can hit escape to exit. You can use the arrows the same way you use in the preview window to go through the slides. And this is very, very powerful. And the best part is, as you share this with your audience, they can log in using their ID, their Adobe ID, or they can log in as guest. Let's say Demian1. I can say I'm not a robot, and then I can have my name there, and then I can start giving feedback to the speaker. Nice, or I have a question here, and then you can pin something. Your audience member can pin something there. So as a presenter, you're not only presenting from the browser, but you're also getting feedback as you present. So this is amazing for me, and I use that a lot. Cool. So let me minimize this for now. And here I have, and this is kind of expanding that functionality. Here I have my slides. And remember I said I was using, some people are using Keynote PowerPoint to do the slides, then they do the prototype somewhere else. They have to switch from tool to tool. This is an opportunity for you to, when you get to a slide, I'll play here to see what's there. You can see you can have elements within your slide flow that can take the user to specific areas of your design. So let's say that I get to this slide and I don't know, but here I have a mobile prototype and I can play with that to see it working. It's all there. And here I have a web design, a web prototype. Let's say if I had more elements for my web design. That's cool. So when I get to that slide, one thing I can do is, because I'm in prototype mode, I can say whenever my user taps there on mobile app, within that flow, I go to this guy here, and whenever I tap on website here, I go to the website design. So if I go back and I'm presenting from XD, I can go through my slides, present from my slides, create some context. When I get here, I can click on mobile app, and now I'm seeing within the same flow, now I'm seeing the prototype. But because I'm in a different X and Y position, if I play with the arrows, this is gonna break. So the idea here is, if you want to present from here, maybe you add a little bit more space, and maybe you add from here, maybe you add a button that takes you back to this Y scenario, then you can keep using your arrows. And same here, so if I'm here and I click there, now I'm seeing the web prototype. So how cool is that? You can create slides, then you can, within your slide flow, you can go to different prototypes within the same flow, all shareable as a link. And then if you share as a link, then people can add comments, give you feedback, and present within the same flow. Again, super useful. We do that a lot. There are a couple tricks here that you can use. As this gets more complicated, you maybe can, because now I have a flow here. I have different flows, and I try link here. That guy's the initial prototype. I can create. It's saying that the initial artboard doesn't have a connection. So that's a little. If you want to publish this, there's a couple tricks you gotta do that as a link. But again, if you're presenting from XD, you don't have to worry about that. But if you are presenting in the browser, you have to, in this case, link this, guys. And I'm just linking from one artboard to another. This could be any kind of transition. So it goes from this link to that link. That's the only requirement, let's say. You gotta help XD publish this with the link. So now that I have a connection, everything's connected since my home artboard, then I can share this, publish prototype, create public link. It's now uploading that flow, and you'll be able to use the arrows and get to that slide where you have two areas, the mobile prototype and the website prototype, and then capture feedback that way. A couple things that are not supported yet, like we don't support videos or GIFs yet. That's something that's in the backlog. That's a huge feature request, and that's one thing that's coming later, but it's in our backlog for sure. So now that this is created, I can paste that link, and anyone that has access to this link will be able to go through your slide. So let me present from here, and I can use the arrows the same way that I was using there. I'm seeing this in full screen mode in the browser, and now if I click on mobile app, I will see the mobile app, and then I can present and say, hey team, this is how we envision the app, and I can have a button that takes me back to the initial or I can have a button that takes me to, let's say, exit this, or I can create it a little bit bigger. So there's a lot of tricks you can use here to make it more effective. But again, the core idea is you can use XD as a communication tool, not only to design and prototype websites, mobile apps, or anything that has a screen component, but you can also use XD to present your work, to present slides, to present prototypes, not only in XD, the desktop app, but you can also share that as a link and then get feedback, get pins. People can add pins to your prototypes, to your designs there, and then you can react to that, go back and make changes. This is pretty useful. We use that a lot, and I really wanted to share that with you guys. So that's the presentation part. Let me see if we have questions here. Nice. People saying that's useful. PowerPoint, cool. I don't see questions here, which is good. We used to see lots of feature requests coming from all over the place, so not seeing that as much anymore means we're delivering a lot of the features that people want. And make sure you tune in for Adobe MAX in October. We have a lot of news, a lot of very exciting news on XD and multiple like in all the Creative Cloud apps, but especially XD. There's a lot of cool animated announcements that will be there. That's all I can say. Alright guys, so I don't see any questions. That's all I wanted to share here. Thanks for tuning in again. This is recorded. You can share with your teams later. You can share with your design teams, your stakeholders, and maybe start using XD as a prototyping tool, and then evolve that to use it as a presentation tool. And now you know the little tricks you can do there to get there, present and communicate your design, your prototype with XD. This is recorded. You can share that again. If you have feedback after this, please go to user voice at adobexd.uservoice.com, where you can suggest any feature request. You can upvote on existing features, and as soon as we change the status to, let's say, feature started to feature completed, you get a notification. Last month we announced responsive resize, for example, and a lot of people that voted for that got a notification, and they were part of that discussion. So adobexd.uservoice.com. You can also use Twitter, and anytime you use hashtag AdobeXD, the entire XD team sees it, and chances are someone on the team will answer you very quickly. We have a lot of people watching Twitter as well, and social media in general. And yeah, so that's it. Make sure you, if you have a chance, if you have an opportunity, join the contest starting on Wednesday. Design a contact list screen using the UI kit that's posted here in the chat, and fight for a chance to get a brand new computer, MacBook Pro 13 inches, and 1 year of Creative Cloud all apps. That's all I had for you today, guys. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for sending the questions and sending the positive, constructive feedback as always. And yeah, I'll be here again on Monday to show you more, maybe show some of the new features that are landing. Let's see what happens. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye, guys.